The water was still running when they found him. Steam filled the tiled bathroom like a ghost that refused to leave. On the floor, beneath the steady hiss of the shower, lay 30-year-old Travis Alexander, once the smiling face of success, now a silent headline waiting to be written. If stories like this fascinate you, hit subscribe, because this one only gets darker. To his friends, Travis was the guy who had it all together. Charismatic, confident, a salesman who could turn charm into profit and ambition into loyalty. But beneath the polished image was a man trying to balance faith, desire, and a relationship that was slowly turning into a storm. Her name was Jodi Arias. They met at a conference in Las Vegas, a place where connections spark fast and fade faster. But theirs didn't fade. It burned. Passionate, volatile, obsessive. To outsiders, she was devoted. To Travis, she was the one person he couldn't quite escape. At first, the relationship seemed harmless: long calls, romantic photos, whispered promises. But behind those smiles, something darker brewed. Jodi documented everything, every text, every moment, every rejection. Friends began to notice her presence felt less like love and more like surveillance. By 2008, Travis had started to pull away. He confided in friends that Jodi had become unpredictable. She'd show up uninvited, call repeatedly, hack into his Facebook. He told one friend, "If anything happens to me, Jodi probably did it." It was a half-joke that no one took seriously, until June 4th. That afternoon, Travis missed a crucial business meeting. Calls went unanswered. Days later, his friends went to check on him. The house was eerily still, just the faint smell of cleaning products and the quiet hum of an air conditioner fighting the Arizona heat. When they opened the bathroom door, the silence broke. The scene inside didn't belong in suburbia, it belonged in a nightmare. As police began piecing together the evidence, they found something chilling: a camera, partially destroyed but recoverable. Its final images captured moments before the murder: Travis in the shower, unaware, glancing toward the lens. The last frame showed a blur, a flash, then nothing. Detectives followed the trail, and every clue pointed to one name. But when they reached her, she smiled. Calm. Perfectly rehearsed. As if she'd already rewritten the story in her mind. And when the interrogation room door closed, she looked the detective in the eye and said, "Travis and I were just taking pictures. Someone else must have come in." But the evidence told a different story, one that would unravel everything she'd tried to control. By the time detectives confronted Jodi Arias, they already had more evidence than she realized. Still, she sat there, composed, polite, and oddly calm, like someone explaining a misunderstanding instead of a murder. She changed her story 3 times. First, she wasn't there at all. Then, masked intruders had broken in and killed Travis. And finally, after hours of contradictions and photos that placed her in the house, she admitted to being there, but only in self-defense. In that moment, the investigation shifted from a search for truth to a battle against deception. Forensic analysts combed through Travis's Mesa home. Blood traces, camera timestamps, and the digital trail painted a timeline Jodi couldn't erase. The photos recovered from the damaged camera told a haunting story: the two of them smiling, then Travis standing in the shower, unaware of what was coming. The last picture, blurred, chaotic, captured the moment everything ended. The prosecution described it as a crime of obsession. She'd driven over 1,000 miles from California to Arizona, switching her phone off, removing her license plate, and carrying a knife and a gun. On the outside, it looked like planning. To Jodi, she called it fate. Inside her mind, love had turned into ownership. And when that ownership slipped away, control became her only way to keep him. In the months after the murder, Jodi didn't disappear into guilt, she performed. She attended Travis's memorial, comforted friends, even posted online tributes as if she were mourning with them. When police first contacted her, she flirted with the detective, laughed mid-question, and acted like the situation was just so sad. But behind her calm voice, her journal told the truth. Entries spoke of betrayal, jealousy, and a deep belief that she and Travis were meant to be. One chilling line stood out: "He'll never hurt me again." When her mugshot was released, the public saw two faces: the beautiful woman smiling for the camera and the accused killer standing behind it. The contrast fed headlines, talk shows, and documentaries. America became obsessed, not just with the crime, but with her performance. In prison, Jodi adapted quickly. She charmed guards, gave interviews, even painted portraits she sold through outsiders. Every gesture seemed designed to maintain control, to rewrite the narrative once more. But control doesn't last forever. Inside Maricopa County Jail, whispers spread about her arrogance, her manipulation, her refusal to accept what she'd done. Even some inmates feared her. One guard described her as too calm for what she's accused of. As the trial approached, the prosecution uncovered one more piece of evidence: a voicemail Travis had received from Jodi days before his death. Her voice was soft, affectionate, almost rehearsed. But what she said revealed something chilling. She spoke in past tense, as if she already knew he was gone. When prosecutors played it in court, the jury froze. The charm, the tears, the rehearsed innocence, suddenly, it all cracked. And beneath that mask was something no one wanted to see. The courtroom was silent when Jodi Arias took the stand. She spoke with a steady voice, eyes fixed on the jury, weaving her story one last time. She wasn't a killer, she said. She was a survivor. A victim of passion. A woman pushed too far. For 18 days, she told that story. But the evidence, photos, texts, blood patterns, timelines, spoke louder than any words she could form. Travis Alexander's friends filled the gallery, holding hands, faces tight with quiet anger. To them, this wasn't about mystery, it was about justice for a man who'd trusted the wrong person. Prosecutor Juan Martinez didn't flinch. He replayed the images of that final day: Travis standing under the running water, unaware, followed by the chaotic blur of violence. He described how Jodi drove across states, staged scenes, deleted photos, then calmly went for gas and food afterward. It wasn't a moment of panic. It was premeditation. The defense tried to counter with claims of abuse, fear, and psychological control. But every witness who had known Travis told the same story: he was kind, ambitious, and wanted distance from a relationship that had turned into obsession. By 2013, America was watching. The trial wasn't just a case, it was a spectacle. News anchors dissected every word she said, body language experts analyzed every blink. The line between justice and entertainment blurred, and the courtroom became a stage. When the jury left to deliberate, Jodi smiled again. The same smile she'd given the detectives years earlier. She believed she could still convince them. But when they returned, their faces told the truth before their words did. Guilty. First-degree murder. The word hit the room like thunder. Some cried. Some prayed. Jodi didn't move. She just stared ahead, lips pressed together, eyes dry. 2 years later, in April 2015, the judge gave the final sentence: life in prison without the possibility of parole. No more cameras. No more stage. Just the concrete silence of a cell in Perryville prison, where the lights hum and time stands still. Today, Jodi Arias remains behind bars in Arizona. She spends her days painting, writing letters, and filing appeals that never change the outcome. Outside those walls, Travis's friends still speak his name, remembering the man he was before his life became a headline. The story of Travis Alexander isn't just about murder, it's about obsession, manipulation, and the illusion of control. It's a reminder that charm can hide danger, and love, when twisted by possession, can destroy everything in its path. And as the world moved on, one truth remained carved into the quiet halls of Mesa: the camera that once captured love ended up recording its end. If you think this story was intense, the next one will leave you speechless. Subscribe for more true crime stories that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.